Injustice 3 is an upcoming fighting video game that is based on the DC universe. The project is developed by NetherRealm Studios and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Injustice 2 was released back in 2017, and fans are looking ahead to what is next for the series. Let's break down the Watchmen rumors, leaks, and when the game could be revealed. As always, all the sources will be linked in the description below, so make sure to check those out and support those original writers. With that out of the way, let's get into everything we know about Injustice 3. The first real viral news about Injustice 3 came in August of 2020 from the notable pop culture artist Boss Logic. Boss Logic's work consists of fan projects but also commissioned work from a variety of different companies, and he posted his take on an Injustice 3 logo. The image itself includes a lot of cogs and has a clock in the background. The logo has a notable change from the normal Injustice logo because now the letter I is dotted using the hydrogen atom, which is the same logo Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen has on his head. A few days later, the Watchmen rumors were confirmed. This time, the art was showing off a look at a new take on Dr. Manhattan. The clock is glowing this time, and is the same color as the hydrogen symbol and Dr. Manhattan's eyes. It was never confirmed whether these were official from Warner Bros. Or if these were just from Boss Logic and his team wanting to create some art. But both of these got the community speculation running wild. It's possible Boss Logic knows something we don't, and that part of the plan for Injustice 3 is to include characters from Watchmen, which would drastically change the world of Injustice, or it could be something as simple as Boss Logic and his team being excited about the game and wanting to create some art. There are a lot of other possible details included in this art, such as a connection to the Doomsday Clock comic, and the fact that the community thought the game would be revealed at DC Fandom because of this art, and just the timing of it all. The news around Injustice 3 settled after nothing was shown off at 2020's DC Fandom, but it didn't take long for leaks to start to circulate about the game again in April of 2021. This time, the leaks are coming from reliable gaming insider Daniel Richman. But with all leaks, take it with a grain of salt, especially with a game that is allegedly very early in development. But Daniel said on his Patreon that NetherRealm Studios' next project is actually a game for Marvel instead of DC. He claims that the project is in production behind closed doors, but has no other details to share. A few weeks after Daniel shared his information, GameSpot did an interview with Ed Boon, the co-creator of the Mortal Kombat series, and when asked about the next project the studio was working on, he said, "It's hard to tell the timing because we don't have a launch date that we've picked for our next game. And there are so many factors involved with the transition to the next consoles. There's a lot of moving parts right now, so it's hard to say something like, oh yeah, when the next game is out." This, if true, is massive news because it means Marvel is making a fighting game and not using Capcom, which has been the case up to this point with the Marvel vs. Capcom series. It also means the team is going to utilize the next generation of consoles, although it left questions for fans regarding Injustice and if the team was going to work on that soon as well, because it's already been 4 years since the latest release. Luckily, we didn't have to wait long because in May of 2021, Daniel took to his Patreon again to give more details about NetherRealm. This time, he is claiming that Injustice 3 is also in development. He said that once the post-launch support for Mortal Kombat 11 wraps up, they will shift focus to Injustice 3, but no more details were given on the project. Then speculation completely blew up. Some community members pointed to the fact that the Marvel and DC projects could be connected and are actually one big fighting game, a Marvel vs. DC fighting game. But I doubt DC would do that with their Injustice franchise. I tend to believe more that these are two separate projects that NetherRealm is working on, one for Marvel and their characters and world, and the other for DC in the Injustice universe. Ed Boon seemed to back that up further when he quoted a tweet by the director of the upcoming Suicide Squad movie for DC and Guardians of the Galaxy for Marvel. Ed said, "Wow, James Gunn has managed to work on DC and Marvel movies. That's impressive." To me, this is Ed confirming that James Gunn isn't the only person that is working for both ends of the comic universe, and that NetherRealm is doing so as well because they're working on, if rumors are to be believed, a DC Injustice fighting game and a separate Marvel fighting game. So it is possible to be a company that can work for both of these big comic creators and not have to choose a side. It seems by all accounts that Injustice 3 is still relatively early in development, but if we are looking ahead, DC did announce their fandom event for October of 2021, and Ed Boon did tweet out the PR video. I would say if the game was going to be shown off, it would be there rather than E3, because even last year at Fandom, Ed was asked about Injustice and said, "I wish we could talk, but at the moment we have nothing to announce, but we appreciate the desire to see it." This year, hopefully the story is slightly different, and the studio has slightly more exciting news. But if they are going to show off the game, I would expect a teaser trailer at most. I wouldn't get your hopes up that a massive reveal and news are coming for the title, especially because it sounds like this Marvel game is going to be released first, and then Injustice sometime after. It was also announced that an animated Injustice movie was in the works, which could mean the movie and game will release around the same time to market for each other. So it sounds like the Injustice world is not dying. They're still very focused on it over at DC with this animated movie and what it sounds like Injustice 3. And I would say looking ahead, look at DC fandom, but also keep your eye on this animated Injustice movie to get probably more news about when we can expect Injustice 3. And that for the most part is everything we know about Injustice 3. I do think the game is in development, especially so it can coincide with the release of the animated movie. I don't think Injustice will tie in with Marvel, but it could definitely introduce the characters from Watchmen. That's where I'm going to end this video. Make sure to like and share, subscribe for weekly gaming news, and I will see you guys in the next one.